Welcome to Speak for Yourself. A thankful and grateful Marcellus Wiley here, joined by Emmanuel, the optical illusion Acho. Because that looks amazing up top, y'all. But wait, later in the show, we got to walk to the big board. You ain't completing that outfit down low. We're going to get that going. But let's get started in Green Bay. You know I'm right, too. And Aaron Rodgers, who tested positive for COVID-19 and will miss Sunday's game against the Chiefs on Fox. Pro Football Talk wrote Rodgers violated protocol by doing maskless indoor press conferences. While his former teammate A.J. Hawk said there obviously has to be an explanation, adding, quote, I know he does want to let people know what he thinks or what this whole thing was. What'd you say, A.J.? So, Acho, is there any good explanation for Rodgers?
Not at all. There is a great explanation for someone to not be vaccinated. I understand blood clots. I understand blood diseases. I understand taking the advice of your doctor. Yeah. We always say, at least seek a medical opinion if you are or are not going to get vaccinated. So there's clearly an explanation to not be vaccinated, not just for Aaron Rodgers, but for any individual walking the earth. However, there is no acceptable explanation to deceive individuals about your vaccination status, and that is the clear difference. To not be vaccinated, please give us an explanation, all yours, or don't give us an explanation, because that is your medical rights, that's your medical privilege, that is your medical secrecy, if you will. Yep. However, if you are going to give us an answer, give us a clear answer. If you are going to give us an answer, don't deceive us with your answer. If you are going to give us an answer, don't make us try to decide and decipher what kind of answer you are giving us. So I think people have some of this misconstrued.
Oh, let's talk.
All many have really asked, at least those reasonable people have asked in regards to getting vaccinated or not getting vaccinated, is seek a medical opinion. Whenever you go to the doctor's office, you take a doctor's advice. They go to anywhere from 6 to 10 years of schooling, med schooling, in order to be a professional on a topic.
Thank you.
So why now, when it comes to a vaccine, do we disregard the opinions of medical experts and seek our own medical opinions? We don't do that for anything else. Thus, so many people have submitted that clearly this has become politicized.
Yep.
With that being said, I have no issue with someone who does not want to get vaccinated, mainly if you seek the opinion of a medical advisor. That's all we've ever asked. That's all the majority of people have ever asked. However, we have issues with those who don't seek the opinions of an expert and decide to do something. But in this instance, the issue Aaron Rodgers is making, the hot water Aaron Rodgers is stepping in, is deceiving people about the status. When you walk to the mall right now, California, you walk inside a store, there will be a sign out front. If you are vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask. If you are not vaccinated, please wear a mask. I have no issue when I walk inside a store and see somebody with a mask on. Means you ain't vaccinated. Do you, boo-boo?
Yeah, exactly.
Got no issue with me with a mask on. It means I am mask off. It means I am vaccinated. However, if I'm in this store and people got their masks off that aren't vaccinated, now we have problems. There's no condemnation or judgment, at least not from me or other, I would assume, reasonable people for those that aren't vaccinated if they are not vaccinated because of the advice of experts pertaining to their own personal medical health. But when it comes down to deceiving people about your status, I see no good explanation for that, Sal.
Woo! Man, you made me write so much because I was like, damn, I'm changing my opinion right now just listening to you. Is there any good explanation for Aaron Rodgers? It depends on what you define as good.
Fair.
Because to me, I don't define good as aspirational as you may be. I define good based on what the reality is and what's better than that. And in this reality, Aaron Rodgers has a good explanation. Now, it's not going to be something that people want to hear and like, but let's just say it like this. He was just trying to get over on us. And he doesn't care what we think. You got to understand, and I've been on record and had issues with Aaron Rodgers before. Once again, I'm right. I don't get any beef with anybody that they're actually right. You know why? Because I wake up every day happy. I wake up every day not fighting. I was the one getting beat up because I wouldn't fight growing up. And I'm still that guy. I don't look for beef. But when I call something out and people are like, damn, you a hater. Oh, man, you got problems. I'm not a hater. I just tell the truth too damn early. And I told the truth about Aaron Rodgers too damn early. There's another word I would describe Aaron Rodgers with off air, but I can't say it on air, so I'll just say it like this. He's a jerk. Like, look, you can ask Greg Jennings when Greg Jennings want to keep it real. You can ask Jermichael Finley all the time. You can ask countless other teammates who's like, look, I don't want to smoke with Aaron, so I ain't going to say this about Aaron. Like, dog, I said it. I've had my own issue with him, and I'm like, dog, it's okay. You can be a jerk. But in this moment, this being a jerk has affected others. Let's be real. Those in the know that Aaron Rodgers was unvaccinated. And those who don't, didn't. It was just that simple. You know why? Because he didn't care about anybody else outside of that. There's been one thing as an attribute about Aaron Rodgers that I think a lot of people have said in unison and chorus. He's kind of selfish, whatever that may be. And I ain't mad either because I raised my hand. You know me. Selfless or selfish got one thing in common, self. So I'm pretty selfish as well. But the way that Aaron Rodgers went about this one highlights how selfish he was. Let's talk about this. There are a lot of people in this world who don't like the reality. There's the fact that people always point out issues in this world. And what you pointed out is societal trust. I got to trust you, Aaron Rodgers, if I'm going to be in contact with you. If we're going to work together in this world together. You talked about going to a mall and going to a store. And there's a societal trust in that. There's a societal trust when you jump in your car and you start driving. That person coming this way, I trust you're going to stay on that side of the road. You trust I'm going to stay in this lane, right? When I'm crossing at a crosswalk, you trust that I'm going to stay within these lines and I trust you're going to use that stop sign and stop. And then Aaron Rodgers comes along and he's like, look, forget all that coding and all that societal trust. I'm going to violate that because those in the know, everyone I'm in close contact with, they don't even have to trust me. They know I'm doing the right things. It's beyond trust. They can see it with their own eyes. But everyone else out there who is trusting in me as being a leader, as being someone who wouldn't put you in this situation, oh, I don't care about y'all as much as I care about Aaron Rodgers. His violation shows his selfishness, something I've been calling out for a decade plus. Unfortunately, it was a little too early for everyone, and now they're seeing this ugly head.
Yeah, that's good. You know, I oftentimes wrestle with the aspect of I don't care necessarily if someone is selfish or does something that is immoral, amoral, if it only affects them. But once you start affecting other people,
Got to recalculate that.
you got to recalculate and we got to call you on it. Like, in all honesty, Aaron Rodgers, if you lived in an isolated land, an isolated island, an isolated somewhere, if you moved there and you don't want to get vaccinated or you want to tell all the half-truths to you and yours on some isolated, secluded island, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
But at the point in which it has to do with me, it has to do with us, it has to do with society, we got to call you on it. So oftentimes you've been in Hollywood a lot longer than I have, but people will be like, hey, man, how you feel about so-and-so's relationship? Man, how you feel? So-and-so cheated on that person. Man, they cheated on that person. I'd be like, what that got to do with me? That's them. My name Bennett, and I ain't in it. So those situations, I do not care. That's on y'all. Y'all handle that in the family. But right now in this country, in this world, with regards to this pandemic, we're all family. As it comes to solving this issue that we're all dealing with, we all family. And the best ways for families to communicate is with the truth.
Yeah, man.
The only way families can communicate properly is with the truth.
Yeah.
So at this junction in time, we're all working together. And Aaron Rodgers chose not to work with everybody else as it pertains to telling the truth. I get it. There's certain situations, right? Like certain situations where you got to tell a lie, right? When the lie is left.
Let me hear your lie then, boy. You talking about certain situations. You told me you don't lie.
If I'm in my house with my loved ones, armed robber breaks in. Is there anybody else in the house?
Oh.
No.
Oh, good
It's just me.
Damn, you had that low.
When I'm going to choose the lesser of another evil. When I'm going to try to save other people from dying.
Good one.
But Aaron Rodgers was not saving anyone else from dying. Aaron Rodgers was actually promoting death. Unintentionally and maybe incidentally, but promoting it nonetheless. So this was not one of those lesser of two evil situations. We're all family right now, y'all, whether y'all want to believe it or not, whether y'all view me or Aaron Rodgers or Marcellus as the estranged uncle, we still family at this point in time. We got to all work together.
Damn. But there is damn, that was so strong. You ain't leaving me much room to breathe. I'm sitting there right now. Oh, Acho was killing this take. There's still a good explanation for Aaron Rodgers. Okay, you talk about us. You talk about we. What is we defined as? You and I, right? It starts with you, not I. Oh. Aaron Rodgers is like, look, I don't give a damn about y'all. I give a damn about me. And I flipped the we over. Me. Heck. I understand some of that. Aaron Rodgers is pointing out some of the hypocrisy in this world. And the hypocrisy in this world is funny because I'm talking reality and you're talking a little more aspirational. And let's talk about the difference. Everyone always talks about how the jails are full right now and all we doing is locking away people, right? Right. That's the reality. But you know what's also a reality that we don't discuss? How parents are raising kids that end up in jail. You know, no one raises their hand to talk about the culpability, the responsibility, but everyone wants to talk about the outcome. People always want to talk about the pyramid of success and how there's so much room at the bottom. Most people fail. Very few go to the top. Acho, you say we're working together. Yeah, we're working together, but we all ain't going to get there. So now, what is that divide? I think Aaron Rodgers has resided in that divide. You want to know what the divide looks like? When it comes to vaccination, it's just simple. Vaccinated. What does that look like? There are poster children all through the NFL, 90-some%, correct? Anti-vaxxers. There's a poster child, Cole Beasley, and then whoever else is anti-vax. Who's the poster child for the unvaccinated? Who's the one that's sitting there saying, let me kind of slither between vaccinated and I'm not anti-vax? Who's the one that's going to come up in his calculated genius of selfishness and try to slime and slither through that and be a little elastic with his language? Aaron Rodgers, brother. And it's crazy because that's where he resides. He resides between this harsh dichotomy in reality, this or that. What about in between? Aaron Rodgers has found a way to talk his way. And look, think about it. Think about it. This is our job. Our job is to pin him down to an answer by question. His job is not to make it easier for you. I'll give you an example. When you did something wrong and you ran home and Mama Acho was waiting on you. I don't know what she had for her as a weapon back in those days. It was a weapon. But basically, she was ready for you, right? Was it your job to make sure Mama found out every detail, or was it on Mama to ask the right questions?
It's on Mama.
It's on Mama, because if not, Mama, I ain't telling on myself. Why do we now, reality, ask Aaron Rodgers to tell on himself in a position where he was asked something? He didn't lie. He just didn't tell your truth. Now, all that said, who was really affected by Aaron Rodgers breaking the protocols? The media, it seems like, right?
Mostly.
Who else? And Aaron Rodgers already has shown he don't care about the media. He doesn't care about anybody else outside of those who know. And those who know, knew. Those who don't, didn't. That's my only explanation for it. And I'm not even convinced of my own explanation, except that's Aaron Rodgers. And I think he found himself comfortably in that place.
Well, you're right when you say that Aaron Rodgers is a masterful deceiver.
Yes.
He's a masterful deceiver on the football field. It works to his betterment. Masterful deceiver, it appears to be in life as well. Here's the issue, though, which why I can't let him off the hook. You owe me the truth when it got to do with me. I know you've been in them situations, so either as a kid or now with children, at least with your eldest, when it's like, baby, just tell me the truth so I can help you.
Yes.
Or at least just tell me the truth so I can help me. Or just tell me the truth so I can help us. But I can't do anything if you don't tell me the truth. I'm not even going to be mad. I'm not going to be happy. I just need the truth. And that's where it stands with Aaron Rodgers. It's like, Aaron Rodgers, if you said you weren't vaccinated, of course, people would be upset as to the why. Why ain't you vaccinated? If you say you are vaccinated, more people than not would be happy. Some people would just say that, yeah, you pander and you placate to society, but others would just be happy. But at a minimum, give me the truth so I can figure out how to navigate my life accordingly. That's the only reason.
But how would you navigate your life differently? One of the pushbacks we always hear from people that are either anti-vax or unvaccinated is, what does it matter to you?
Great.
You're vaccinated. So if you're vaccinated, you still can contract COVID, but you're going to have less severe issues.
That's a good point. Okay.
Right? So if Aaron Rodgers, let me just finish this for Aaron Rodgers' sake, because he ain't got many points. Aaron Rodgers might be thinking, like, who gives a damn if I'm vaxxed or not? Because guess what? Those who are vaccinated can still contract it.
Yes.
How have I harmed you further?
Great. Let me answer that. You're 8 times more likely to contract COVID if you are not vaccinated.
Facts.
So if I am looking at a vaccinated person versus an unvaccinated person, the unvaccinated person I am looking at is 8 times more likely to have COVID than the vaccinated person I am looking at. So knowing Cole Beasley is not vaccinated, if I was to run into Cole Beasley on the street, or at the Super Bowl where everybody gonna be out here in LA.
Ooh.
I might keep my distance, might just dap my dog up. If I run into Aaron Rodgers, a little bit different. Hey, Emmanuel Lacho, speak for yourself, blah, 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 blah. Because I can now assess, based upon the truth you tell me, how I want to navigate.
I like.
You don't owe me an action, Aaron Rodgers. You owe me the truth so I can dictate my action.
You can rewind that select phone back. That was deep. I like it. I like it.
You don't owe me an action.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, you just owe me the truth so that I can dictate my action. That is really all it is. I don't care if you vaccinated. I don't care if you're unvaccinated because you have a health issue. But just tell me so I can navigate accordingly. In the same breath as you talk about, it's like, okay, baby girl, I don't care. Did you want to go to Columbia? Did you want to go to Harvard? Did you want to go to Yale? Did you want to go to Dartmouth? Obviously, I would assume you have a preference. But if you want to go to Columbia, maybe I can help you. So just tell me the truth. So at least I can help. If you want to go to Harvard, okay, I might feel some type of way, but that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
But just give me the truth. Yeah. So I can either help you, help me, or I can figure out how to navigate accordingly.
Yeah, I love all that. Damn, now there's no room to breathe. I'm just holding my breath, bro, until we get to commercial break. To your point, I never dictated or controlled my daughter's decisions. I only talk about her because she's the only one that's made decisions so far. She went to UConn undergrad. That's not where I raised my hand to say you go first, but that's where she wanted to go. Full support there. But then she righted her wrong and went to Columbia. Go ahead, girl, get your rhyme right. Here's the thing. Sometimes I feel I'm desensitized, you know. Thanks to you, Acho. Once again, we got to see King Richard last night, right?
Dog.
Venus and Serena's father. Shut up. Don't you do that. Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. But go ahead. Do you.
My dog.
Oh, damn.
I done hung out with Marcellus Wiley twice in my life off camera. Twice in my life. One at a Chargers game they didn't invite me to, but I saw him there.
Oh, yeah. After you hanging with Roger Goodell, I was like, hey, you going to come and say hi?
The second time, last night, invite my dog to this movie premiere, King Richard. Supposed to start at 7, but I get to dictate when it starts because they was waiting on me to start it. 7:12, Marcellus Wiley ain't there. Everybody there except Marcellus Wiley. 7:22, Marcellus Wiley.
Oh, so people were 12 minutes late already?
No.
You said 7:12.
7:12.
They wasn't there at 7:11.
I called Marcellus Wiley.
Okay.
Click. Dog, I'm waiting on you, Sal. How you gonna hang up my call?
Straight to voicemail.
I'm waiting on you. Shows up at 7:30. We don't watch the joint until 7:40. That's why I got these crusties in my eyes still. Ain't get no sleep last night messing with you.
Man.
Sad,
dog,
boy.
All facts. You ain't lying. And I was pressing to, first of all, you should know, I wasn't late, L-A-T-E. I was just L-A. That's what we do out here, man. We ain't showing up at 7. On the flyer, it says 7 o'clock. I'll be there, help set up. Like, Acho, I'm trying to tell you, dog, I got 3 kids at home, man. They wouldn't let me live. They wouldn't let me go. That was an inspirational movie. I only brought that up because when you saw King Richard hit you in the heart, man, y'all got to see this. It was insane, amazing, inspirational, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes I feel desensitized because I saw King Richard and I saw how Richard Williams was acting in Compton, and boy, it brought back vivid memories of like how you just got to get callous to make it through those situations. But am I really desensitized, or am I just so real? Like, it's too real. Because I'm looking at this as Aaron Rodgers is saying, he's like, look, in reality, whether Acho daps me up or not, if Acho is going to be safe from getting this virus, why do I, Aaron Rodgers, have to play this mental calculus of 8 times, oh, he's more at risk, or no time he's at risk? That is a Acho problem. All I'm saying is whatever I have or don't have is not going to affect you to the fullest. Now, Aaron Rodgers has made this decision. I'm speaking for Aaron Rodgers. It's not the decision I would have made. It's not the decision you would have made. But it's a decision that I think needs to be fleshed out because we are now in integration with people who are not vaccinated. And more importantly, not vaccinated and not alerting you to it. I told you my niece was at the game and you were at the game and you walk around with this protectionist illusion that everyone's vaccinated, right? Because you can't even get into the stadium unless you're vaccinated. Unless you know how to work it. Aaron Rodgers tried to figure out a way to work it. Not the way I would have done it, the way he did it. He thought he could outsmart everyone and COVID, and now COVID done caught him, and it seemed like now we done caught up to him as well. Coming up, we have more on Aaron Rodgers with his former teammate, Greg Jennings. Will Greg keep it 100 or keep it 99? That's going to be fun. We'll tell you if his current situation changes our opinion of him. But first, there's a lot going on in Cleveland as well. we'll tell you how Baker Mayfield should feel about the Odell Beckham Jr. drama. That's next on Speak for Yourself.
Be on time, bro. Man, Odell Beckham Jr. was excused for the second straight day of practice. Now, this follows his dad reposting a YouTube video earlier this week of plays where Baker Mayfield did not throw the ball to his son or threw a terrible pass when he was targeting OBJ. Now, Baker was asked if he was hurt by Odell Sr.'s post. Y'all take a listen.
Hurt? No. Surprised? Yes. I think there's different things that, play a factor into it. I've had conversations with his dad before, man-to-man, face-to-face, and I was pretty surprised by the video and, the intentions and the feelings behind it. I'd be lying if I said otherwise, but hurt? No, I'm good. I'll be all right.
Let's go, Sel.
Let's go.
Man, how should Baker feel about Odell's drama?
He got to be hella upset. Another word I can't say on mic right now that I'd rather say than that. Beyond P.O.'d on this one. This is the worst time in Baker's career to turn the lights on. You imagine that? Like, hold on. You're just sitting there in the dark. If you're Baker Mayfield right now, your team's 500. You're not playing that well. Contract year time. It's time to get paid. I'm supposed to be the franchise quarterback. We are not improving. And then somebody just shines the light on, walks in the room, boom, fully undressed, and somebody just barges in. You're like, not right now. And if I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm like, dog, I don't need this right now. We don't need this right now. We're becoming unglued when we need to come together with some glue. And how did this come unglued? Because of my teammate's daddy. Yo, daddy? Like, first of all, I know my opponents when I play football. My opponents, my first one is myself. I got to get beyond all my doubts. Got to get beyond all my physical limitations and issues, my mental health and those limitations and issues. I got to get past all that before I can even show the best version of Baker Mayfield. Then I start looking for people with different colors on the field. Where they at? Because now I'm fully loaded. I'm about to go get them. Then after that, I got to put a little something to the side for my family who's going to be asking for too many damn tickets, wanting money every month, blah, blah, blah. The media. Oh, all right, y'all opponent, because I said this and y'all took it here, and I need to get some media training to make sure my message is concise. You know your opponents when you play pro football. Do you ever imagine that one of them is going to be your teammate's daddy? Whew. Imagine Odell Beckham Sr. Hey, Odell, somebody, first of all, he posted this video. Somebody else made this video. So, Baker, be careful now. You don't get too mad at Odell Beckham Sr. or Jr. because somebody else out there got a red dot on you as well. Someone else made an 11-minute video on Baker Mayfield. But Odell Beckham Sr. said, Odell, open up his flip phone. How you post? Is post and send the same thing, bro? Like he don't even know what he's doing. How do you, horizontal, vertical? You do it. And Odell may not have done it or not. He may have done it. I don't know. But I know that this is a sad situation to turn the lights on and see Baker Mayfield undressed like this. Now, he looked like a man that cried, and it's okay to cry. And I tell you, when I cry and when I see Baker Mayfield in this moment, I can see why he cried, because he hates this as a reality. Nothing more disturbing than you to be in a moment you don't want to be in, and you still got to fight through it. Now, how is he going to fight through it? He can't fight through it with the guy that even caused it. They haven't even talked yet. How you gonna post a video, your daddy post a video of me, and you ain't even had the courtesy to apologize? Not because you did something wrong, but because you see how it affected me. That's the second level of apology and maturity that I hope Odell Beckham Jr. gets to. Point being, if I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm P.O., bro. This ain't supposed to happen.
Yeah, man, if I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm livid, big dog.
Yeah.
I'm livid because you sent your daddy to do something you could have done.
Hey.
And, man, whether you sent him or not, he arrived.
Yeah.
And you know what they say, don't come for me if I ain't saying for you. That's what they be saying now. Don't send your daddy to do something you could have done. That's the first reason.
Yeah.
And the reason you shouldn't send your daddy to do something you could have done, because now my hands are tied.
Say it.
What's Baker gonna do? Baker can't go back and attack Odell's daddy, because now Baker's a bad guy. Now all of a sudden Odell got beef with Baker. Real beef.
Real beef.
Let's handle this type of beef. I look at it like this, Sel. There are jurisdictions in life, state, local, federal, jurisdictions. Everybody has to operate within their jurisdiction. Imagine a campus police officer trying to pull you over on the interstate. But if you don't go write you a ticket on campus, imagine that. They are passing their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham's dad is a fan.
Yeah.
His jurisdiction is fandom.
Ooh.
Athletes are players. Their jurisdiction is being a player. Coach's jurisdiction, it crosses over to being a coach and also dealing with their players. But if your jurisdiction is being a fan, then only speak within the realm of your jurisdiction.
Yeah.
After the Browns lost to the Chargers, Baker Mayfield's wife spouted up. She did. And she said to all the fans that are being critical of Baker Mayfield, it's not on Baker. Because Baker Mayfield's wife, Emily, she resided and spoke within her jurisdiction. Because a fan can go at a fan. But as soon as you, Odell Beckham's dad, fan, goes at a player, you've now crossed the boundary of your jurisdiction. And what can Baker Mayfield do in response to that? So now Baker got to go up on the podium.
Uh-oh.
Nah, man, I'm not upset. You know, I'm surprised, but I'm not upset. You know, we've had conversations man-to-man, face-to-face. So if this wasn't a conversation face-to-face, then it wasn't man-to-man. So what you saying it was? No sex is here, but I'm just doing a little deduction. So Baker Mayfield is clearly upset.
Hell yeah, he is.
Should be.
Yeah, he should be hot 100, as I used to say. Hot 100. Boy, I got so many notes on here. I need to shoot from the hip, but also these notes just give me support. Do you know that Odell Beckham Sr. doubled down on it? Actually gave a shout out to the guy who created the video and said father first hashtag or something like that. Damn it. I don't know what I would do, dog. Like, you're dealing with my creation. You're dealing with something that you don't even know how many countless hours I invested into this junior of Odell Beckham. And it became great. And of late, it's not been great. And through simple deduction, it seems like there's only one culprit. You, Baker Mayfield. So what am I supposed to do? I raised the boy to become a man, and I was supposed to let him be a man, but I ain't gonna ever go to a point where somebody can ride on my son. Hell no. MJ, anybody. If I'm Odell Beckham Sr. to Junior, I look at that. But let's talk this layer. Because I don't think enough is said about relationships in football and how relationships translate onto the resume. Now, if you look in the dictionary, what comes first, resume or relationships? Damn, you slow. Hurry up, University of Texas. Yes. People always think it's
prep this.
Well, I mean, it's called prep, like go to school, like third grade, R-E-L-R-E-S. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, all these notes is fooling you. You're a nut. Here's the thing. In the real world, how about this? Everybody walks around with their resume. Remember the old school when you used to have your resume and sitting there? Hello, come on in, Karen, how's it going? Oh, yeah. Relationships, hey, just call Charlie. You know, and skip the line in that respect, right? Relationships before resume. Let's make that translate into football because relationships matter before even a resume. Odell Beckham's great. Baker Mayfield's young, but supposed to be great because he's a #1 overall pick. It should work out, right? And it doesn't work out. Here's your example. In Dallas, Tony Romo. Who was his bestie? Jason Witten. I was there. Jason Witten, Tony Romo, inseparable. On and off the field. On the field, here's more targets. Here's more targets. Jason Witten wasn't running nowhere fast, even though he was amazing. But that ball was, everywhere you go, bestie, here you go, and took care of him. Des Bryant got to the mix and was like, can I get some of that? Yeah, here you go, Des. And then Dak showed up, and they had a different issue, kind of more Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr. Now we're here. Odell and Baker don't have a great relationship. Now, Odell's sitting there like, I got a great resume and trying to hand that to Baker, and Baker like, dog, because we're not that cool, I guarantee it translates to 2 or 3 fewer targets per game. I'm just not checking for you because I'm not checking for you off the field. So I'm not checking for you on the field. You think Pops ain't peeping game? Pops don't know how to play like his son, but he can see game better than his son. Like, wait a minute, dog. You taking this out on my son in some form of capacity. So when you talk about what's out of bounds, Odell Beckham Sr. posting about your son's teammate, I think he felt entitled because he see what's out of bounds as well. Their relationship has bled onto the field where it's undermining his son's greatness.
But you know how it goes, Sal. Oftentimes they be like, bruh, get your house in order, man. Odell Jr., get your house in order, big dog.
Yeah.
With your daddy, first off, why your daddy on Instagram?
Don't do that.
In all honesty.
Well, then I should get off because MJ's kids, his friends are
You're getting to that point. Okay, you're embarrassing your daughter, Marcellus. Log off and stop posting shirtless pictures. First off, why Pop's on the gram? Secondly,
Yeah, that's
why
real.
Pops on the gram talking about me?
Oh.
Like, that's really what it is. Why is Pops on the gram talking about me? Odell, get your house in order. If I'm Baker Mayfield, that's what I'm feeling.
Oh, you saying that?
That's what I'm saying. The other thing is, man, if you really got issues, come to me. Like, let's go ahead and squash this. Honestly, here's what I think it is. I haven't said it yet, but here's what I really think it is.
Let's go.
I think there's envy and I think there's jealousy.
Yes! I got that here. Let's go.
From Odell to Baker.
Oh, no. Let's go.
So you got the other way.
I got that.
We're gonna go.
We about to go.
Baker is in, Odell Beckham signs a $95 million shoe contract. Unheard of with Nike. Remember, he signed a $95 million shoe contract. Odell's in New York. Odell's a mega star. Y'all know this. He at the Met Gala. He's everywhere.
He that dude.
Odell Beckham is in commercials with the likes of Eli Manning. Y'all remember 2015, that whole little ballet pirouette commercial. Odell goes to Cleveland. No commercials. Loses to superstardom. Cuts his hair. All of a sudden, Baker in commercials, about 5 of them, with somebody else, his wife. Not only that, Baker's now in commercials with offensive linemen, and not even Odell Beckham. So Odell goes to Cleveland, and he's not even the biggest star on the team anymore. That does something to your psyche. I've been in them locker rooms where one dude shows up with the Bentley and the other dude shows up with the Rolls Royce.
Yes.
And the Rolls Royce, although the Bentley is nice, the Rolls got that Bentley on lock now, especially if it's that convertible top. So, I think Odell goes from being that dude in New York. He shows up to Cleveland where there is a greater dude than him, a first-round pick that's already galvanized the fan base, already really been a very polarizing figure on hella commercials, and Odell now is losing his shine and is looking at Baker like, you the reason I lost my shine. I think there's a lot of envy and jealousy going on just from the outside in.
Yes, that is a deep layer. Let me stay on that, and then I'll get back to what you said about house in order. I looked at it completely the opposite way, and I'm not going to say I'm right, because you had a very challenging argument on your side. I think Odell, the superstar, and Baker Mayfield, the young rookie who came in, entitled, and look, afforded that entitlement because you're the #1 overall pick. Good Lord, if I was the #1 overall pick, I'll be looking at you peasants and just giving you crumbs on my team, right? You're just thinking like, yo, I'm the dude. And he's playing quarterback. I think Baker Mayfield walked in wanting what Odell already had. Odell is losing that. Odell's on the top of the hill. It's like, yo, Baker, me and you going to work together. I'm going to stay up here. You join me up here. I think Baker looked at it more like, no, Odell, you come on down here. Make it easier for me to get up there if you come down. Crabs in the bucket. This is why I know it. I remember seeing in college Baker Mayfield doing, I don't know what these kids do. Yeah, and all that stuff, right? All that, yeah, and all that. Like, first of all, that ain't dancing. I don't know what the hell. Rhythmic, spazzing. That's, like that ain't dancing. But anyway, I remember seeing that. And I was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. But I know Odell already doing that on the biggest stage. I see Baker Mayfield spazzing on sidelines, first down, doing all this stuff, antics. Then I see that's already happening on the bigger stage. Somebody kicking nets and doing crazy stuff. So I think Odell was sitting there doing something that he was authentically being, and Baker's like, I'm being authentic, but I want to be that. So when he gets together with him, we don't have that cool relationship. I don't know what happened, but be real, in the locker room, there's a dude who stunts with his jewelry. Like every day I got to show up with another one, right? If someone else walks in the locker room trying to say, hey, let me take the crown now, I got this, they feel a certain way about it. They start competing on who got the most jewels. Same with the partier, the one who, yo, this club, this lounge, oh, I got the homegirls. Then somebody else stunt. Then you be like, yo, Wiley got them too. Then you start seeing them compete. I think Odell was already in the space that Baker wanted to occupy in terms of cachet. And nobody else on that team had the cachet and the means to do it. It can't be
Jarvis, can't be Chubb.
I'm looking, I'm scanning.
Garrett doesn't have the
He ain't got the cool
personality.
fact.
Yeah.
Baker and Odell were trying to be the same person. But Odell was already that person, and Baker was like, I'm coming. But because their relationship issues, they never got there. My last point is this. House in order. This is why, Baker, be careful. Watch them tears and all this, like, watch trying to amplify this moment to make you look like the victim and look like, oh, Odell, how dare you? You remember when Hugh Jackson got called out? Who called him out? Baker. Remember when the medical staff got called out? Who called him out? Baker. Remember when Duke Johnson and his money was all getting discussed? Who started that? Baker. See, when you start talking about what's out of bounds, if I'm going to fight you, Acho, it's with these hands and knuckles. You grab a ketchup bottle, or I'm grabbing something else. And that's how it escalates. I think Pop Sr. sat there and watched how Baker Mayfield has continuously played out of bounds and finally said, well, here's the pot calling the kettle black. Staying in the NFL, Fox Bet Super 6 wants you to stack the cash. And we last week, 5 players split more than $300,000, and you could be next. Scan the QR code. Yeah! Download the app and enter the free-to-play NFL Sunday Challenge contest. What's that dance called? Make your picks and invite your friends to play as well. The more people who enter, the bigger the jackpot is. Yeah! Coming up, we have a lot more on Aaron Rodgers, and his former teammate Greg Jennings will help us answer if our opinion has changed on him. I think we're in commercial already. That's next. Tonight on Thursday Night Football, Carson Wentz, Jonathan Taylor Beast, led the Colts against the Jets. It all starts 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on Fox NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. Since they leave, the legend have it. Fox Sports is proud to support our nonprofit partner, Up to Us Sports, in launching its Thanks Coach campaign today to honor the important role coaches play in the lives of youth on and off the field. So, Acho, who's the coach you want to recognize today?
Man, my first coach I got to recognize, Mac Brown, my coach at the University of Texas at Austin. I remember him visiting me in high school, and he said, son, you got it. He said, you got it. He said, you can't define it, but you know it when you see it.
Yes.
And at that point in time, he caused me to believe in myself. Shout out to you, Mac Brown, College Football Hall of Fame coach. You are the man.
Oh, the man. You imagine being in high school and Mac Brown showed up? Oh, amazing moment right there. I have to thank my track coach, Coach James. So many times, so many moments that he made me just recognize what the value I had in terms of my inner power and my potential. But one thing that just jumps out is the fact that I remember asking him, how do I decipher in this world from people who are real and fake, things that are real and fake? He said, man, just listen to people. They always tell on themselves. Well, Coach James, let me tell you something. Much love, my man. Post the hashtag Thanks Coach and visit uptous.org to learn more. Now let's get back to Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers will not play Sunday against the Chiefs on Fox after testing positive for COVID-19. Rodgers was asked back in August about his vaccination status and said he was, quote, immunized. Okay, joined by Fox NFL analyst Greg Jennings. So, Greg, does this situation change your opinion of your former teammate?
No, it doesn't. And I'm going to tell you why. You can't change someone's opinion when their opinion is cemented or has been cemented based off of their experiences. That's what you're looking at right now. You're looking at somebody who's experienced this Aaron Rodgers for years. One who's great with words, who knows how to use words to manipulate those on the other side of the receiving of those words. What am I saying? Greg, I've lived this. I've lived this. When Aaron Rodgers is asked, are you vaccinated? Have you been vaccinated? The words out of his mouth, yes, I've been immunized. What? You tried to answer my question, but you went somewhere else with a direction. So for me, this has always been Aaron Rodgers. He's always been one to deflect and to make sure that you don't really see exactly what he's trying to say. You have to question. You have to kind of put the pieces together your own self versus him just flat out saying it. I'll give you an example. This offseason, we all talked about everything that he was going through and, you know, his separation from the team and was he going to be back and all this stuff. The one question we kept and continued to ask one another was, what is Aaron Rodgers saying? Why doesn't he just say exactly what he means? If we were talking to any individual and they were talking a language that you understood, but then they started speaking other words and saying things like that you didn't understand, that was a little confusing. You would look at them with the facial expression that I'm looking at like, man, what are you talking about? Just say what you mean and mean what you say. I say it to my kids. My kids study word masters every single day. So they're taught to be able to use words and how to manipulate words just to be able to not repeat, like their dad, repeat the same words all the time. Aaron Rodgers, my own experience, I've tried to reach out several times on many different occasions to rekindle what once was. I've stopped over the last year and a half. Why? Because I realized some people never want to truly confront what was an issue. They just would rather run from it and stay away from it as long as they want to and long as they can. That's Aaron. Look, I don't have a problem with him not being vaccinated, but don't lie. Don't manipulate. Don't use words to where it's like, oh, yeah, no, you're not. Don't say, yeah. I tell this to my kids all the time. Answer my question. Don't give me the explanation until you answer my question. And that's what Aaron is great, excellent at, not answering questions. I'll say this last thing.
Please. Yes.
I don't let him off the hook because he's a thinker. He's a planner. He thinks far out in advance than most people. Think about his Halloween costume. How long did it take for him to dress the part physically? To think, I want to do this, I want to be this. In order for me to do this, I got to grow my hair out. That takes a period of time. That takes someone who is well-versed, well thought out, well-planned, strategically. Aaron Rodgers has known what has been up to all along. He understood it. The Packers are at fault too because they allowed it. As a parent, as an employer, they allowed it. So I let none of them off the hook. They all should be penalized accordingly to the league's rules and what they have put in place. And we should move on. Jordan Love, this is your moment. This is your moment. You want to galvanize an organization and a team and a fan base? This is your moment.
I like Hall of Fame Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
I like Packers Ring of Honor, Packers Hall of Fame Greg Jennings.
Part.
That Greg Jennings is the one I want on this show from here on out. The one that just be talking that talk. Greg, you reminded me of a quote, a word, not even a word, but more so a phrase. I think Aaron Rodgers is the most dangerous type of man on this earth. Why do I say that? Because Aaron Rodgers is a type of person who can do something unethical and not even see the fact that it was unethical. In their mind, they believe that they are so brilliant, that they're more brilliant than everybody else, that everyone else is just navigating at a lower level of thinking than I am. In all honesty, it wasn't unethical at all. They just aren't as wise as I am, and thus everything I'm doing is actually not immoral. At worst, it's amoral, but in all honesty, in my mind, it's in fact moral. Aaron Rodgers, that ideology is the most dangerous type because that type of person can go about their business, navigating their life without caring how it's affecting, impacting, or how it is to the detriment of each and every individual around them. That mindset that Aaron Rodgers displayed, to me, most dangerous type of person on the earth. Because at least if you gonna hurt me emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, at least be cognizant of the fact that you're hurting me. But if you can hurt me emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, and you can be so distant from the fact that you are hurting me, that in fact is more dangerous. Aaron Rodgers, that ideology, that way of navigating, it is incredibly dangerous, and now he's being confronted with that. I can't wait to see what he got to say. Hopefully next time he say the full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help him God.
Man. Y'all did save me some ribs.
You got some ribs, big dog.
Yeah, it's time to eat. I've always had an issue with Aaron Rodgers, and I didn't wake up out the bed wanting an issue with Aaron Rodgers. Let's go back a decade when that occurred the first time we've had, I guess, a little battle of words. I wouldn't even call it a war of words because I'm not a fighter. So once I say what I say, you disagree with it, I guess we're just stuck there because I have nothing else to say. Like you said, Greg, I mean what I say and I say what I mean, so there's not much for clarification. I said it, you said it, we're good. But what Aaron Rodgers is what we're all guilty of. But the difference is Aaron Rodgers is more guilty of this because of the frequency he's guilty of this. He's a narcissist. And when you're narcissistic, we all are narcissistic. Let's not absolve ourselves and back up off of it. When you're a true narcissist, you know what it means? Oh, it happens a whole lot of when you start disregarding others more so than you regard yourself. But we all got moments in our lives, and we're not going to bore our listeners and viewers with those moments where we put ourselves first. But Aaron Rodgers, when it comes to the organization, when it comes to your teammates, and we're speaking to one right now, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your friends, when it comes to now the fans, those who are not in the know in terms of you being vaccinated or not, those who are being deceived based on the protocols and you violating those protocols. It's just pure deception. You're a narcissist. It's okay because Aaron Rodgers, this situation doesn't change my opinion of you either. Like Greg said, dog, I've been knowing Aaron Rodgers was like this. And it's so funny when you say that against somebody who's better than you in football. Like Aaron Rodgers got me in football. That's about it. But he got me in football. And when you say, are you a hater, oh, Wiley, you wouldn't have the same career. And I was like, I'm not going to say it twice. I'm just going to tell it to you early, and you'll call me a hater. But the truth too early sometimes in this society is just a hater. Now, you hear teammate after teammate come out, and then there's countless others. And people don't understand this channel in which players always subscribe. We know each other. And in our group text, we'll say something that we won't say on TV. Ain't nobody coming on speak for yourselves like, yeah, man, yeah, Wiley, you're right about Aaron Rodgers. But you know what? Check my phone. And then they'd be like, yeah, dog, I got you. You're right. But the point being, I'm not trying to sit here and condemn Aaron Rodgers, the man. I'm trying to condemn these actions that were manipulative and that were obviously out there to delude. We are talking to a pure narcissist, so nobody should be surprised by Aaron Rodgers' actions.
No doubt. And, you know, I was taught by my mom and my dad, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Simply believe them.
Man.
Anytime somebody shows you who they are, believe them. I had a personal experience with Aaron Rodgers showing me who he was. Now, fan base and all others alike may not like it and may think, oh, my gosh, Greg was bitter. I owned all of that. I will tell you guys right now, I was upset when I left Green Bay and how I left and how things went down. But what I wasn't was a fool. I did understand what took place. I understood what happened on that football field when I disclosed that story to Colin on the herd of playing against the 49ers and Aaron Rodgers coming over and saying, hey, maybe you guys should get him in free agency. What?
Wow.
You just, whoa, we're teammates right now. And that goes to your point, Acho, when you say the scariest person is the person that lacks the inability to consider somebody else and doesn't even try and possibly doesn't even want to. Like that right there there is no place for that, man. In my opinion, that's my personal experience. And I'm not at all chastising Aaron Rodgers, the player. Not at all. He's a phenomenal player. We all know that. We all live that. We see that again. But right now in this moment, dude, you're wrong, man. You're wrong. Just own it and move on. I will have more respect for anyone who owns. I tell my kids don't just own it. Like I own my part in how I left Green Bay. I own my part in everything I do in my daily walk. Just own it. It's quicker to move on that way.
It's quicker to move on that way. It's more efficient to move on that way. You don't waste energy going laterally or backwards going that way. I hear a lot of conversation about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. You know, everywhere we go, we're the football geniuses. We played in the league, and now we're on television talking this. So no matter where I go, football or sports will be the topic. And people always say, Aaron Rodgers, most talented quarterback potentially ever. And then Tom Brady, how come Tom Brady sits there with 7 and then Aaron Rodgers just sits there with 1? We could go to simple places like, oh, well, top 10 defenses and things of that nature. But one thing that jumps out about Tom Brady that doesn't jump out about Aaron Rodgers is that Tom Brady is efficient. Tom Brady pulls in the right direction and pulls others with him. Is truly a leader of a team where Aaron Rodgers has his holes, has his moments where you start to see maybe Aaron Rodgers not the best way.
Can I get a rib?
Oh, you got a rib, brother.
Can I get a rib?
You just want one?
I just want a little one. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to. I like to be a nice guy. Here's the thing. We praise Aaron Rodgers for being one of the best football players the game has ever seen. Talent-wise, maybe the best player at the quarterback position the game has ever seen. But these actions just prove to be a terrible person. I didn't want to do it because I want to call somebody that. But at the point in which I can call you one of the best players, which is my truth, then I can also should be able to say my truth of like, this was a terrible action. Like, terrible, terrible action. And it's not because you are not vaccinated. Gee, we talked about that early in the show. It's because you misled people about your vaccination status. Incredibly selfish, incredibly self-centered, incredibly methodically planned as well. This was not an incidental action. This was tactfully calculated in the words that were said, and then you didn't bother to correct us when we ran with it. If I mislead Marcellus and he's like, oh, Acho, okay, you said this, I'm like, no, big dog, I didn't say that, I didn't mean that. At the point in which the media ran with the aspect that you were in fact vaccinated, then at least check us so we're not perpetuating a lie. Because you checked us before the season when we was perpetuating lies about you on the field. So why didn't you check us when we were perpetuating lies about you off the field? We know you gonna check us. We know you got the ability to. So why didn't you do it? I sense a lot of God complex when somebody can't admit or can't even acknowledge maybe the possibility that they're wrong. So as much as I praise Aaron Rodgers, because as far as an athlete, my dog, he is a beast. And Greg knows better than both of us. He a first ballot Hall of Famer. But as much as he is a first ballot Hall of Famer, this was a practice squad action.
Man, damn. You trying to check us in the media for running with something that wasn't correct. Need to check himself. You know why? Just wear a damn mask, man. You're unvaccinated. Stop lying to everybody. Coming up, how does Aaron Rodgers' absence affect Jordan Love? Oh, Jordan Love, you better be watching this, boy. Tell you if he'll make our list of players to watch in Week 9. That's next. Don't speak for yourself. Acho, you got down to the bone gristle. Welcome back. We're just hours away from Week 9 kicking off in Indianapolis.
To Compton, big dog.
Hey, dog, we are the King Richard over here for real. This is Venus Serena growing up.
We used to be in Beverly Hills on this joint.
Where'd the field go?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Well, you know, when I failed, I started a case in HR. We'll work on that. All right, let's get this thing kicked off in Indianapolis as the host the Jets on Fox. But before that, take a look at some of the biggest storylines around the league in our Week 9 watch. A lot of great matchups to look forward to, but Acho, which one is the most intriguing?
Most intriguing matchup to me is the one I'm going to see in person.
You going somewhere without your boy? Where you going?
I have to, big dog.
Where you going?
Rams and the Tennessee Titans. I got to see how are the Titans going to fare without their superstar running back, Derrick Henry. It's all on you, Ryan Tannehill, Matthew Stafford. He going to be out there. They say Von Miller is supposed to play. That's who we are supposed to
I thought his ankle was hurt.
It ain't hurting out of me in L.A.
Yeah, right.
LA do something to you. That's the matchup to me, Sal. Are the Titans, who are in the 1 seed, legit contenders without Derrick Henry already 947 yards this season, but he ain't got them yards no more.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch that one.
Intriguing, but admit, you got a little egg on your face. You probably bought those tickets. Oh, I'm going to see Derrick Henry. No, you ain't. You can give them away still. All right, I'm watching at home at the crib, Cleveland at Cincinnati. This is intriguing because, damn, Baker Mayfield, you beat him twice last year. Now, when you beat him, 129.6 passer rating for Baker Mayfield in those 2 games. Baker Mayfield ain't playing like that right now, and Cincinnati is playing a lot better than they were last year. Smack down Baltimore. Then y'all lose to the Jets when y'all had the #1 seed in our minds. But the point being, I want to see how much that gap is closed between Cleveland of last year and Cincinnati of this year. Let's talk quarterbacks, boy. We have plenty of backup quarterbacks starting this week, including the debut of Jordan Love and an NFC West showdown between Kyler and Jimmy G. So, Acho, who's your quarterback to watch heading in the week?
I think this might be my biggest answer all season is Derek Carr.
Derek Carr?
Think about it, man. He lost his head coach 4 weeks ago.
Racism.
He lost his #1 receiver, Henry Ruggs, just 2-3 days ago. All that tragedy, all that drama. Rest in peace to the deceased and also to her family, praying for them. So Derek Carr goes on record this morning and says, I'm going to be there for Henry Ruggs always. Derek Carr is dealing with the loss of his #1 receiver on the football field, loss of his head coach on the football field, dealing with all that drama, traveling to New York, all the lights on him, leads his career high in passing yards per game, 324. I not only want to watch his play, I want to watch his mannerisms. I really want to watch what's his emotional state, what's that team's emotional state. You lose your head coach and your #1 receiver, and not because they got injured, but because there was some tragedy for so many people off the field. I can't wait to watch Derek Carr and just see how does he handle that emotionally. Sal, does it affect his play?
Quarterback to watch. Those are all bad, horrific losses there. But not all losses are bad losses. Sometimes those losses are opportunity. Hey, Jordan Love. Hey, y'all lost y'all starting quarterback, but it's an opportunity for you if you're Jordan Love right now. Oh, man. What's Ryan Tannehill doing up here?
They got you.
They got me in the prompter right there. Anyway, well, I watch him too, goddamn it. He ain't got King Henry. Let's move on. I don't like this right now. Finally, let's talk players with something to prove. Man, y'all see that dramatic effect I had? Y'all could have ran with it. Who just showed me something player for week 9? Show me something.
It better be showing what you want to be shown.
You know what? I'm going to have...
Yeah, y'all do it first. Then I'm going to talk over it. My show me something player for week 9. I got to go with Justin Herbert.
Oh, that's him. Okay, good.
I'm going with Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert, he got 3 interceptions. He got 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games. They started off 4-1. They sitting at 4-3. I don't trust Justin Herbert's game right now. He needs to show me something on the football.
Look at prompter right now. I ain't supposed to say that. Show me something, player. Jordan Love, anybody? Come on. Survey says, hey, that's it. We ain't seen him in a while, huh? We ain't seen him on the field in the regular season. Jordan Love, like I said before, man, take advantage of this opportunity. I don't feel pressure in moments like this. Like, I just messed up right now. A few weeks ago, I fell down. I get up, big dog, because it ain't about pressure. It's about responsibility in the moment. And Jordan Love, you're responsible for all the work you put in for years and years to finally show the world what you made of. Let's do something.
Somebody cracked under the pressure of this segment, though. They off camera. We're going to get them.
That would do it for week 9 watch. Be sure to watch us break it all down on Monday. But coming up, I should know who I'm picking, though. Dak might be back. We'll tell you if the Cowboys should play their star quarterback Sunday. Next, don't speak for yourself. Oh, you're not going to spin on the ghetto floor?
The whole Now, the Cowboys have been red hot, winning 6 straight games, including an upset over the Vikings Sunday night with backup quarterback Cooper Rush. Now, starter Dak Prescott continues to recover from a calf injury and was limited in practice Wednesday. But he told the media today that it is, quote, safe to say he'll be playing against the Broncos on Sunday. So, Sal, should the Cowboys run that risk and play Dak on Sunday?
Nope, not playing Dak this week. Absolutely not. Dak was limited in practice on Wednesday yesterday, right? Now, to most people, they say, oh, that's fine because he's going to practice today and Dak's going to come out on record saying, I think I'm going to play this Sunday and I'm going to go full speed before then. Here's the problem. To me, overstating that Dak was limited on Wednesday is the problem. You played in the NFL. If you played for the Dallas Cowboys, if you were as blessed, as good as me, messing up the Dallas Cowboy experience, but we wore blue and we wore white, right, in practice. And then there was one dude, and he had some other dudes, we never saw him on the field, that wore red. You know what they were? Quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. They were already limited in every practice. That means we're going to limit what they do, and we certainly going to limit what you can't do to them. That's every normal practice during the season. You're going to now overstate, which is redundant, which is a problem, that he's limited on a limited basis. He double limited. LL. Cool J. Here's the problem. LT is the only player I knew outside of the quarterback position that was limited in practice. Basically, coach was like, don't you dare touch LaDainian Tomlinson. I don't give a damn what he does. LT used to get the ball like this and go, like, he used to just point like, oh, yeah, I was going to do that. But I ain't going to do all that. I'm going to save it for Sundays, right? And we respected that. But if LT ever had a practice where he was limited, we knew he was hurt. Because all his practices are limited. All the practices for Dak are limited. Now there's a limited version of the limited practice. Y'all telling on yourselves. Sit this dude down one more week. It ain't worth the risk.
Yeah, not worth the risk at all. Cowboys, sit Dak Prescott, please. If you beat the Broncos, what do you gain? So that's how I feel about fighting. Now, there's a reason I don't fight different than a reason you don't fight. You know what I'm saying?
What you trying to say? I'm scared.
My thing is, though, if I fight you and I win, what do I win? I always ask myself that question. Mm-hmm. If I engage with you on Twitter as a troll and I win, what do I win? I count that cost every time before I engage. Yeah. Cowboys just have to count the same cost. Yeah. If I beat you, Broncos, AFC opponent, what do I win?
Right.
Because, yeah, that might keep me in pace with the Cardinals and the Packers and the Bucks first in the NFC, but I would rather grant Dak Prescott an additional bye week right now than try to earn an additional bye week later in the season by winning this game. I'd rather give Dak Prescott this bye than give the Cowboys another bye because what's a bye week without Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
That's how I view it. So, Cowboys, you're playing a Broncos team that has only beat Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, has only beat Trevor Lawrence, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they down the Jags. So, you're playing a Broncos team that hasn't really beat any capable opponents, and they lost to Case Keenum, a backup quarterback for the Browns. Even if Case Keenum is better than Cooper Rush, your backup quarterback, the Cowboys supporting cast offensively is better.
Yeah, fact.
So you're playing a Broncos team that really can't give you that work anyway.
Yeah.
Don't risk Dak Prescott. The last thing anybody wants to see is Dak miss any more games or Dak miss a lot more games. Okay. So don't even run the risk, man.
I don't know about you, and I don't want to get too personal, but were you a bathroom bookie?
What that mean?
Okay. You get the schedule, and you run to the bathroom. You got to sit there for a minute and be like, yeah, we're going to kill them. Oh, I don't know about that. Circle, X, circle. I used to do that all the time. Had a good hit percentage, too. Like, yo, this going to be a struggle. I ain't going to lie. Don't nobody better see this. They're going to get us right here. I used to do that. Bathroom bookies, we call it. Here's the thing. If you play a bathroom bookie with me right now, let's not play together. Minnesota on the road, Cowboys beat them with a backup quarterback. If you can do that, can you beat Denver at home? Atlanta at home? If you went on the road and beat Minnesota and Kirk Cousins? Just playing bathroom bookie, you would say, yeah, right? So we ain't even got to go to the full extent of playing Atlanta at home, where you're undefeated at home, 3-0. We understand that wasn't with Dak Prescott. That was with Dak Prescott. But the point being, if I see the logic of a team and I see the reality of a team that could go on the road and beat Minnesota, we're staying at home without you, Dak, this week, and we're going to try and beat Denver. The Cowboys are 5-3 in their last 8 games without Dak. A winning record without Dak Prescott? You got to respect with this team. And 2 of those losses were against teams that made the playoffs last season. So say what you want. Kind of trending in the right direction without Dak Prescott. Enough to just buy some confidence for one more week as the bathroom bookie.
Yeah, first off, I did do that. But my thing is, and people used to get mad at me.
You do
I was
that.
on practice squad or I was a backup linebacker. So it's way easy for me to kind of figure out where the team stands in a starter, because, like, I ain't playing on Sunday. I'm helping y'all practice, but it ain't like I'm throwing and helping win no games when y'all really playing. So I did that all the time. Now, with that being said, Cowboys, they got to weigh the risk and the reward.
Yeah, I'm here.
What is the risk of playing Dak Prescott? The risk is Dak Prescott re-injures a calf strain or worse. What is the reward? The reward is simply a win over the Broncos. That ain't going to make no noise anyway. And it's AFC, so that falls lower in the tiers of the tiebreaker when it comes down to everything.
Great point.
There's truly just no point. Like, the Cowboys got such a good thing going. I feel like only the Cowboys can ruin it.
Yeah.
Particularly in the regular season. Come to playoffs, it's going to be a gauntlet. I'm going to be real with you. But I always say, Sel, the reason most people fail, because they give up what they want most for what they want now. Cowboys fans, what do you all want most? What y'all want most is a Super Bowl. At least the NFC Championship game. Haven't seen it in 25 years. What you want now might be to beat the Broncos. What you want now might be to go to 7 wins. What you want now might be to continue to excel and keep the hot streak going. But what do you want most? What you want most is that legitimized playoff success. That's what Dak Prescott will get you. The reason most people fail, they sacrifice what they want most for what they want now. Don't make that mistake, Cowboys.
Yeah, but let's be real, as we always have to do, at least I think you've learned that about me. I don't make arguments just for myself. I try to make arguments for the other side so I can see and strengthen my own argument better. Okay, there's this rest versus rust conversation that would brew if you were to sit Dak again. Then there would be an anxiety of when Dak returned, is he going to hit the ground running? Now, you could cancel that out by saying, dude missed damn near all of last year and came back hitting the ground running. But if you want to really sit there and say, hey, Cowboys, Dak, chill, and you still can get to where you want to get in terms of championship aspirations. Remember 2019, Patrick Mahomes, when he missed those couple weeks to the knee injury? They split those games. They still won a Super Bowl. Tom Brady, 2016, 2015, Peyton Manning. So the Dallas Cowboys feel comfortable knowing you could sit Dak. One, because championship quarterbacks sat or were injured during the year before. But more importantly, y'all balling in these moments. And it's a situation where you can come back and still get where you want to go. Coming up, who's to blame for all the Odell Beckham Jr. drama in Cleveland? No, we'll answer that next on Speak for Yourself. Oh, yeah. Dum be gone. Odell Beckham Jr. was excused from practice for the 2nd straight day. And now reports say probably won't be in the Browns uniform again. And the two sides are working through the exit plan. This follows Odell's dad calling out Baker Mayfield for not throwing to his son. So, Acho, who you blame for the Odell drama?
I just came up with this one, but first I blame Cleveland. I blame the Browns. Don't hold someone hostage and then be mad when they want to fight for their freedom.
Ooh.
And the Cleveland Browns have held Odell Beckham hostage. You knew he's a superstar. You knew he's more talented. You know you're not maximizing his talent. And now we're all upset that Odell Beckham is fighting for his freedom. You can't hold somebody hostage, then be mad when they want to fight to be set free. First person I blame is the Cleveland Browns. Second person action I blame, I guess egos. That's the one I just thought of now, Stel. It's the egos of it all. Because it was Odell Beckham's ego plus Baker Mayfield's ego that has led everyone to this situation. Odell Beckham was a superstar in the National Football League. Baker Mayfield was a superstar in the Collegiate Football Association, if you will, in the collegiate football rankings. Odell Beckham has commercials. Odell Beckham has three-finger catches in primetime games. But Baker Mayfield has a Heisman. Baker Mayfield has that #1 overall pick status. So now you got a big dog in Baker joining forces with a big dog in Odell. And when you got two of them alphas, somebody has to kind of take a back seat role, but both people want to drive. So I blame egos. The third party I will blame is Odell Beckham. And the reason I will blame Odell Beckham is because his pops post that video online, but let's pause. Odell's pops and Odell clearly communicate. I'm sure Odell's pops and Odell probably talked about the fact that Baker ain't throwing him the rock, that Baker ain't doing much to help him. I'm sure Odell was made aware at some point in time of the video before it was posted.
True.
And if he wasn't, he was made aware of it after it was posted.
True.
He could have told his pops to take it down.
Take that down.
So Odell now also has to take ownership. First person I blame, Cleveland Browns. Second person I blame, not a person, rather egos. Third person I blame, actually a person, Odell Beckham.
Hella got in my ear. He could have taken it down, but he doubled down. Oh, man. Who do I blame? You know what? Let's do this. There are three sides to every story, right? There's your side, their side, and the truth. And people always say, and the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Nah, sometimes the truth be really close to you. Like, this is the truth. I'm actually both of them, the truth and my side. In this one, there are three sides. Obviously, Baker, Odell, and then what the truth is. And I think the truth is somewhat of what you said. I blame first and foremost Odell's game, his fame, and his antics. Because it made him...
You said his name. It would have hit so much.
Damn! I didn't even think
you would have said his game, his fame, and his name. But I was ready. I was like, come on. You used to be a rapper. You a DJ. I was like, come on, Sel. Game, fame, say names so I can get hyped for you. I want to get hyped with you. Damn. And you messed around and said antics. So that's two syllables. It didn't even hit. Game, fame, antics. Wah, wah,
See?
wah, wah.
This is what happens when you stop DJing and having kids. Like, I lose my touch. God, I've done that before in Vegas. I hit that next song, and they like, that ain't it. I got to go to the bathroom, bar time. You be feeling hurt. All right, here's the thing. Game, fame, and name. Here's your boy. Cabbage Patch still there still? All right, here we go. No, seriously. It made him a prisoner of his own success. Odell Beckham, you talking about his freedom and fighting for his freedom. He can't even fight for his freedom. He got to sit there suppressed. He got to sit there and play the good dude, good cop. And then he has to employ others to do the dirty work, right? Odell came in with a reputation that preceded him. He really used up all his lives in terms of acting out. In New York, the way he left New York, all the fireworks that caused, and also just the way that he was demonstrating his frustration and excitement at times that was confused as frustration as a New York football giant. You get to Cleveland, and Cleveland's a different climate, different culture, different atmosphere. It doesn't have the same bandwidth as New York in terms of, if you do something in Cleveland, we might not record it, we might not broadcast it, but it hit harder in Cleveland. Why? Because we're trying to build something. Like, you know how it is. It's very delicate in the building phases of a culture. You get this #1 overall pick. We got to protect Baker Mayfield. We got to make sure that Odell and him get along. So now Odell comes in, and he realizes quickly they have the 1,000-yard receiving year, but Odell's like, something ain't right. I had a bad Eli Manning that I resurrected. Now I got this #1 overall pick, and even though my numbers will make most people say, that was a good year, that wasn't Odell. 23 yards per game fewer that first year with Baker Mayfield. So now he's sitting there like, hey, Pops, Hey, homeboy Jarvis in the offseason, everybody. Yo, what's going to happen? Then the next year, injuries and hurt and not playing well, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, you look up and you're like, yo, I'm kind of sorry. But I'm not sorry. Odell, I blame the fact that you in that moment couldn't go to Baker Mayfield, couldn't go to this organization, couldn't properly act out your frustration. So you suppress it all. And then you wait to the trade deadline of Baker Mayfield's 4th year, and then all of a sudden you want to say, it's time. Let me show you this. This is what's interesting about Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham. They both wrong after that. I said that to me, that's the truth. Here's the sides. If you look at, damn Odell, 29 games for Odell Beckham in Cleveland, 1,500 yards, dog, 114 catches. That's like 1 year for Odell when he was Eli. That's his entire Cleveland career right now. That puts him with Antonio Bryant, respect, and like Travis Benjamin in terms of Cleveland Brown lore. Yuck. Odell's been in the NFL for 8 years and played a full season twice. His name is stronger than his game now, right? 16 touchdown catches in the last 5 years. Baker looking at him like, dog, you gonna look in the mirror too before you start posting these videos? I get to the flip on Baker, but to me, it's Odell the fact that he was coming down the hill and he couldn't properly address it that, hey, Baker, won't you stop me from coming down this hill and let's get up that hill together?
Man, you're on to something. Let me go somewhere. I just now realized this. Let's start, though, with a Lil Wayne, Mega Man.
Weezy.
Carter 4. I go so hard, go so mean. Now I'm so New Orleans. I told the judge I couldn't budge. It was him or me. I think that's what Baker Mayfield is saying. He's like, I couldn't budge. It was him or me because without Odell, my completion percentage is way higher. Without Odell, my yards per attempt, way higher. Without Odell, my touchdown-interception ratio, way higher. Completion percent, it's up 6% without Odell. Touchdown-interception ratio, it's 20-4 without Odell. It's 12-7 with Odell. My passer rating, it's a 103 without Odell. It's an 86 with Odell. I told the judge I couldn't budge. It was him or me.
Dang.
So Baker's like, y'all want me to be worse?
Yeah.
So he can be better?
Ooh.
Is that what y'all saying?
Ooh.
Odell came and Odell has gotten worse.
Yes.
But as Odell's gotten worse, I've gotten better. And surprisingly enough, when Odell was absent, we made the playoffs for the first time in 18 years. So y'all want me to take a step back so Odell can take a step forward? Y'all want the Browns to take a step back so Odell can take a couple steps forward? Oh, Baker really looking like it was him or me.
Yes.
Because without him, I do great. With him, I don't do great. Odell's looking like without him, I do great. With him, I don't do great. So they Spider-Man memeing.
They are. Here you go. Point, boy, point.
And at the end of the day, I'm not mad at Baker.
You ain't mad at Baker.
I can't be. It was him or me.
Hold on, dog. All right. So we basically haven't, everything always comes down to like territory. It always comes down, I plant my flag here, I plant my flag here. Oh, your color flag is different than my color flag. Let's beef it out. Instead of realizing, dog, we can own all of this. They basically having a conversation, a question of who got the juice. You ever seen Juice?
I have.
Wait a minute.
My favorite movie.
DJ, rewind that. How do you say half again? Because I know you know how to spell it. How do you say half? What are you, Eddie Murphy, you foo-foo? Did you see it or not? Don't lie for the cameras because I'm going to test you if you have seen it. Name the two, the protagonist and antagonist in that, since you know. Name one character in the movie. You liar. You just didn't want to get called out. I do this boy up here lying. Let me help you out. Oh, your credit is gone. No credit for you. All right. There was Tupac, Bishop. Oh, Bishop. And they had beef with another crew, Rodderman and them, right? And this is about juice. This is the beef between Odell and Baker Mayfield. Like you said, they both point at each other like, yo, you suspect. And this is my hood. I'm the superstar that was forced to come here from Odell Beckham Jr. So don't you act like Baker Mayfield. This is your world. They brought a superstar in here to save this franchise. And then Baker like, nah, they drafted a superstar from the collegiate level to come in here and fix these issues. And instead of them just realizing we can have this all together, they start beefing out. Now, here's the problem with Baker Mayfield. Tell me if this is good. Trailing by one score or less in the last 4 minutes of the game. You know what his career numbers are? This is why Baker Mayfield can't get over the hump and be a great or a superstar, especially to Odell Beckham. 33 of 62, 401 yards, more interceptions than touchdowns. 5 interceptions, 4 touchdowns. The 5 picks are tied with Sam Darnold. The passer rating is 61.3. When it matters most, they, just like in any beef, Juice, when you got Bishop and Rodderman, when it matters most, you got your crew, I got my crew. Who are you? And that's what Odell's like, dog, I already answered that question. I was a rookie of the year, 1,300 yards in my rookie year. First 3 years, 1,300 plus yards, double-digit touchdowns. I already answered that question. This is my block. And then Baker trying to plant a flag there. Odell like, dog, how? Where do you get the certification to do that? And I think right there became their tug-of-war, became their battle.
I think you're onto something, but I also think we might all be looking at it a little bit wrong.
Oh, let's help us.
We're all looking at it from the standpoint of, man, Baker Mayfield has really made Odell Beckham worse. Can you believe that Baker Mayfield's ruined Odell's career? Can y'all believe that, what Baker's done to Odell? But Baker's at practice every day. Baker's at the facility every day. And Baker lives the numbers that I just regurgitated to you all. Baker's probably thinking to himself about Odell, can y'all believe Odell Beckham's making me worse? Now, on theory, it sounds ludicrous. How can you add Odell Beckham and you claim that he's made you worse? But the numbers, a 20-plus game sample size, literally proves to Baker Mayfield, when Odell's on the field, I'm a below-average quarterback. When Odell's not on the field, I am an above-average quarterback. So Odell is actually making me a statistically worse football player. So because of Odell Beckham, I, Baker Mayfield, am getting criticized by all of y'all. Because of Odell Beckham, my numbers deteriorate for whatever reason. Maybe I'm forcing him the ball, maybe the antics, maybe whatever the case may be. Maybe there's just a lack of chemistry in the huddle. I do not know. I just know the numbers from a very large sample size. So I think we're all looking at it like, wow, Baker Mayfield, you ruined Odell Beckham. And Baker Mayfield's sitting there quietly like, wow, Odell Beckham, you ruining me.
I think quietly, one thing I will agree with you with, they got way more in common than they want to admit. And they have more in common in goals, but just a different approach to those same goals. My last point back, I got to fight for Odell in this one because it's so hard to be good in the league, let alone great. And when you get there, dog, last thing you want is it to be because it just didn't work out with a teammate. Like, if I lose my greatness, it's because of either injury or opponents, not my teammate. Odell never had one or fewer catch games in all of his 5 years as a New York Football Giant. He had a 1 catch in the loss to the Steelers on Sunday. Now 2 such games in Cleveland. Come on, man. That was Eli Manning getting resuscitated out there. And now Baker can't do more than that? Staying in the NFL, Fox Bet Super 6 wants you to stack the cash. Last week, 5 players split more than $300,000, and you could be next. Scan the QR code, download the app, and enter the free-to-play NFL Sunday Challenge contest. Make your picks and invite your friends to play as well. The more people who enter, the bigger the jackpot gets. Coming up, Cowboys have won 6 straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we'll tell you where they land on our NFL Power Rankings next on Speak for Yourself. Now, Acho, you gonna watch Juice? Welcome back to Speak for Yourself. Gregory Hines up in here. Week 9 is about to begin in a couple of hours, so it's time for us to reveal our top 5 NFL Power Rankings. Acho, what are you going with?
Yo, let's kick these joints off. Top 5 Power Rankings, 1 through 5. I got my Rams at the 1 spot.
You always start at 1. You're supposed to start at 5. Build drama.
Because they know what it is. I got
true.
my Rams at the 1 spot. I got the Bucks at the 2 spot. I got the Packers at my 3. I got the Cowboys at my 4. Cardinals at my 5. I will give you all my why. Yes, the Rams lost to the Cardinals, but I don't just care if you won or lost. I care how you looked, not only during the course of that game, but during the course of the season. I'm looking at bodies of work, and I'm also looking at bodies on the roster. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp leads the league in receiving, and you got the head coach that can get it done. Bucks at my 2 spot because you return everybody from last year, won the Super Bowl. Only reason they haven't looked great, only reason they lost to the Saints, you don't have Gronk, he's getting hurt. You don't have AB right now. When they really kick in gear, I really trust them. The Packers, they've dropped because this Aaron Rodgers drama might actually have lingering effects. We already know he's out until, I believe it is November 13th. I believe he's out until like the Saturday before their following game. That's why they're in my 3 spot. Cowboys in my 4, not because they lack talent, not because they lack anything. They're only in my 4 because I have questions about have they been there before. Aaron Rodgers, he's won a Super Bowl. Tom Brady, he's won a Super Bowl. And at least Matthew Stafford, though he has no playoff success, his head coach has recent playoff success.
He ain't won no Super Bowl like his head coach, but I digress.
Success. Lastly, Kyler Murray, Cardinals in my
Kyler Murray.
Their head coach, their quarterback, incredibly talented, but they actually haven't done it in the playoffs. That's why they in 5.
I told everybody he was going to be incomplete with his wardrobe.
The shoes is fresh.
Those shoes are fresh. Damn it. As soon as I got down here, I got quiet. I was like, oh, those are fresh. I don't like, you talk about, look, let's talk about the bodies on the roster. Yep. Let's talk about the body of work. Trivia. Who is that? Is that Matthew Stafford?
It is Matthew Stafford, sir.
He wasn't that skinny. He ain't never been that skinny. Oh, anyway, I don't understand why, I guess you say Matthew Stafford, is at number 1 and Kyler Murray's at number 5 when he said, hey, I saw him before. Matter of fact, I came to his house and whipped him up. How he gonna be at 5 and him at 1 when they got into a fight? Changed his face. Don't even look like Matthew Stafford.
The line is thin.
Okay.
The line is narrow. But there is a line nonetheless.
Ooh, damn. I used to get poetic up here. All right, put something up here that I can tattoo. Oh, this is so simple. You talk about body of work and you judge by performances. Well, no one has had a better performance, see, I'm borrowing from you, than the Dallas Cowboys. Every single week, including the week 1 loss, this team shows up. Now, let's go to my heart. If you come to my house right now in my weight room, I got that helmet up. I got that helmet up because I played for them boys right there. Buffalo Bills, statistically, maybe the most level team in the entire NFL, certainly the AFC, but the Buffalo Bills are number 2. Now, this is when I start listening to you, and I'm like, you're right. Super Bowl champions. Hey, bad loss last week, but still, Tom Brady looked pretty good in that loss, except that last pick, I don't understand it. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all things considered, when they go to war when it matters most, you got to believe in that team.
You know it.
Aaron Rodgers. No mask on the field, no mask off the field. This dude's tripping. All right, anyway, Green Bay Packers, you're still the number 4. However, without Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, hey, I put this in before we got to that. And my number 5 is Arizona because you lost to the Green Bay Packers, but that wasn't a bad loss. Be real. There's a line, but not a line, but therefore a line nonetheless.
Let me ask you this, though, Sal.
What?
The Rams are not a better team than any of these 5 teams because I don't see the Rams and they my number 1 squad. That don't make sense.
Okay, you ready for this? If the Rams played Arizona, who would win? Oh, they already played. Okay, if I haven't seen them play the Green Bay, but Green Bay play Arizona and they beat the Rams, so they spanked us.
Because they did.
They're the Super Bowl champions. They didn't see them. But then, you know what? It was a Super Bowl to the Rams because it was their first home game in SoFi and everybody in L.A. showing up. So that game don't count. Super Bowl games like that, right? You got to admit that. Buffalo Bills, you don't want to see them, boy. They fully loaded right here. Only Tennessee's an issue for them. And the Dallas Cowboys, oh, my God, if they saw the Rams, that'd be tight. I don't know how that would play out. Coming up, we'll dive back into Aaron Rodgers' story and tell you if there's a good explanation for the quarterback's actions. That's next on Speak for Yourself.
Rodgers, be better.
Aaron Rodgers will miss Sunday's game against the Chiefs after testing positive for COVID-19. Pro Football Talk wrote Rodgers violated protocol by doing maskless indoor press conferences. While his former teammate A.J. Hawk said there obviously has to be an explanation, adding, quote, I know he does want to at least let people know what he thinks or what his whole thing was. Well, Pat McAfee podcast is going to be fired this week. So, Acho, is there any good explanation for Rodgers?
I see no good explanation, Sal. Again, I see no good explanation for why Aaron Rodgers misled the masses. I can understand a good explanation for not being vaccinated. Any explanation that a doctor gives is a good explanation because a doctor is a medical expert. A doctor, above all else, do no harm. So any explanation that a doctor gives Aaron Rodgers as to not be vaccinated is a good explanation to not be vaccinated.
Okay.
But there is no good explanation to mislead others about your vaccination status. Yeah. That, in and of itself, is too harmful. You are 8 times more likely to contract COVID if you are not vaccinated than you are if you are vaccinated. So Aaron Rodgers has the masses, the public, his fans, Packers, etc., not those within the locker room because they would have known. They would have seen him get tested. They would have seen him in the mask in the weight room. But anyone else Aaron Rodgers has them believing that he is operating under vaccination and under the statistics that correlate to vaccination. But Aaron Rodgers, big dog, you really out here just walking and living a lie to so many other people. I see no good explanation for it, so I can't give it a pass. I think incredibly selfish. I think the action incredibly dangerous.
I agree with what you're saying, but just to be a literalist and answer the question, is there a good explanation? Yeah. There's not an explanation that justifies it. There's not something I'm going to say that's going to validate what Aaron Rodgers did. But is there a good explanation? Yeah. He just don't care about y'all. He just don't care about us. He just don't care about other people. I told you he's a narcissist, and I will stand by that. And hopefully I don't have to get into a war of words with Aaron Rodgers once again because of my opinion, because if it's a worthless opinion, it shouldn't bother you. But a hit dog will holler, so we'll watch that, Aaron Rodgers. When you don't care about somebody else, then you just get into a point where you just trying to just keep it moving. You do this sometimes, and I know you are very empathetic and care, but you on your phone too often for me, right? So sometimes I'll tell you something like, I don't know, I'm gonna be late to the showing of King Richard, your premiere, right? And you didn't hear me. I told you I was gonna be late. I said, I'm leaving the house at 6:30. Is it gonna start at 7:46? And you're like, yeah. Because I don't know how much you care about me, basically. But that was a good explanation of why Acho didn't know that Marcel was gonna be late. He wasn't paying attention. Aaron actually is calculated, though. He pays attention, pays too much attention. I would call Aaron Rodgers a genius, being real. Like the times I've had interactions with him and the times I've heard him spoke, the way he can manipulate is actually genius. He's a very intelligent person that knows how to step in it and how not to step in it. Calculated with his words and calculated with his actions. He fooled the entire world for how many months? I don't know. Not a good explanation for this, Aaron Rodgers, but an explanation nonetheless. My last point is this. It's very dangerous what Aaron Rodgers did. This is not the person who walk up to you in the mall and is like, is Foot Locker that way? And you just say, yeah, because you don't know or you don't even care. This is something that could impact others. But Aaron Rodgers is thinking to himself, how much can it impact you? I'm not vaccinated. You are vaccinated. Supposedly, if you're vaccinated, you should be fine, right? Dangerous game to play, but he played it nonetheless. Explanation, but not a good one. Coming up, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, his name was dropped by Jamar Chase. Ooh. Tell you if the rookie Wild Out is keeping it 100 or just 99. That's next on Speed Bayo.
Y'all know what it is, man. On this show, we only know how to do a couple things, but most importantly, that's how to keep it 100. But others, they only keep it 99 each day. So we gonna get to the bottom of who's really telling the truth. Case in point, Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase having a record-breaking rookie season and was asked Wednesday how much better he and Joe Burrow can be. Y'all take a listen.
I think we'll get better than Devontae Adams and Mr. A-Rod. I believe we could get that far. 10 times.
What makes you think that?
I've had Joe since college. I don't think he had him in college, so I think that's a big difference right there.
So, Sale, Jamar Chase keeping it 100 or keeping it 99?
I don't know what it ain't even a number. It's zero. What's negative? Like, he trying, but he moving. He ain't believing it. Then he doing this. No, he don't believe it. You know why? If you believe it, you wouldn't have to go backwards to prove it. Like, you would go forward in terms of what they're going to become. So since you know somebody forever, don't mean you're going to exceed what your expectations.
I think he keeping it 100, and I think they will have a higher yardage grossing season than A-Rod and Devontae Adams.
I can give you that, but I don't think he believes it. That's it for us. He just said it. We'll see you tomorrow over there rocking.